After 5 years on the East Coast, it was time to go home.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 black protagonists in video games.
You need to lay low. Don't trust anybody, and don't take off that mask. Wait till Roxanne finds a better target.
I can't lay low. I still need to find Finn.
For this list, we're taking a look at black protagonists in video games that have long left an impact on us. Do note that we're looking at protagonists, which means they must be the main character in their respective games. So don't expect Jax from Mortal Kombat or Halo's Sergeant Avery Johnson. Did any of these characters make an impact on you? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10. Lincoln Clay, Mafia 3.
Still say this is the craziest goddamn thing I ever heard.
We get that Mafia 3 may not be everyone's cup of tea with its tedious checklist of open-world tasks. However, the character of Lincoln Clay is arguably the most interesting of the Mafia protagonists. The guy is a real family man, willing to do anything for his relatives regardless of the fact that he's not related by blood. Of course, Lincoln Clay gave us a window into the life of a black person in the late 1960s, touching upon not just racism, but the way the black mafia worked with other criminal families during this time.
Holy shit.
Number 9. Aveline de Grandpre, Assassin's Creed 3, Liberation. Sure, we all fawn over Ezio Auditore da Firenze, but one assassin that always seems to be forgotten about is Aveline de Grandpre. The first female protagonist to be playable in an Assassin's Creed game, Aveline proves to be just as badass as the rest of assassins. While searching for her mother, she manages to free the people of New Orleans and drive the Templars out of Louisiana with little to no help. That said, she's well deserving of the same recognition as our beloved Ezio. Number 8. Roland, Borderlands series.
How the hell did those bandits snag you anyway?
I was taking a leak. One of them knocked me out.
Among the psycho bandits and bizarre planets, you gotta wonder how Roland manages to be the sole straight man of the bunch. Really, how does he maintain such a stoic look and not crack a smile at the ridiculousness around him? Despite coming off cold at times, Roland is a soldier we can all strive to be. He's noble, he's courageous, and he manages to keep a cool head even when the times get tough. Plus, it's sweet how he tries to protect Lilith. Their flirting can get a little embarrassing, but it can be sweet. Sometimes.
We're racing against time. Every ounce of that stuff that Jack mines from the ground puts him closer to taking control of that warrior and wiping us out.
Number 7. Colt Vahn, Deathloop.
Juliana, I remembered your name.
Speaking of headstrong soldiers, running around and taking out visionaries as Colt was a major highlight of Deathloop. Admittedly, there are times when it feels like he takes a little too long to connect the dots, but we'll cut him some slack. Getting old sucks. Aside from that, his dialogue with some of the characters is incredibly funny, especially when he's bickering with Juliana. Anytime he thinks up a good comeback, she manages to one-up him in a more humiliating way. It's alright, Colt. We'll get back at her and break the loop. Eventually. Number 6. Marcus Holloway, Watch Dogs 2.
Hey, you look familiar.
Have a good party.
Need something hacked? Marcus Holloway is your man. A tech geek to end all tech geeks, Marcus can turn the most minuscule machine into your worst nightmare. Spying through phones, controlling your own drones from a comfortable distance. The world is practically at Marcus and his cohort's fingertips. That's a terrifying amount of power. And the fact that he manages to bring down a corrupt corporation like Bloom gains him extra points. Even without electronics, Marcus holds quite a bit of athletic prowess judging by his parkour skills. Why Watch Dogs continued without Marcus is a mystery to us.
We're hackers. We outthink, we out dare.
Number 5. Lola, After Party.
Think before you answer, please.
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did. They gossip worse than swine in a slaughterhouse.
The protagonists on our list have been known for bringing down corrupt leaders and organizations. So what's a dead girl like Lola doing to earn such a high spot? Well, the woman has a bit of sass that hits. The way she banters with her friend Milo and meets everyone with sarcasm is hilarious to watch. Oh, and then there's the whole thing about challenging Satan to a drinking contest. You know, something that any ordinary person wouldn't dare do. The girl's got spunk. We like spunk. Therefore, we protect Lola at all costs.
Come on, Lola, you're falling behind. Let's go, Lola, let's go. Hurry it up.
Number 4. Alex Vance, Half-Life Alex.
We'll be there soon.
It looks like...
What is it, Russell?
Would you... Terrific.
When talking about the characters of Half-Life, all eyes go immediately towards Gordon Freeman. But what about dear Alex Vance? She may have been more of a side character in the main games, but she managed to get the spotlight in the VR game Half-Life Alex. Role status aside, Alex is very much someone who keeps her allies close and will go out of her way to save anyone from the Combine. Even when she's clearly terrified of the situation, Alex will keep a lid on it and focus on ways to resolve the issue. That takes a lot of willpower and concentration.
Eli Vance.
Yes.
The Combine have him, and I really do need to get moving.
Number 3. Miles Morales, Marvel's Spider-Man, Miles Morales.
Rick was trying to save people. And Krieger killed him.
Normally, we try not to include comic book characters on lists like this one. However, we feel it's important to include young Miles Morales on here. Compared to other Spider-Men like Peter Parker, Miles Morales is still fairly new, having debuted in 2011. Before the spin-off to Insomniac's 2018 Spider-Man, Miles had only been a side character and/or unlockable. Taking the spotlight for the first time in a video game, Miles had an interesting story that touches upon imposter syndrome. On top of that, he wielded an interesting assortment of venom powers that made us fight and traverse in new and fun ways.
Shine on. See it coming on, need a sign.
Number 2. Carl C.J. Johnson, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Surprisingly, CJ was not welcomed into games as quickly as we remember today. Media outlets were quick to question whether Rockstar was in the right to make a black character the lead role in a game about crime and violence. What resulted was a character that wasn't exactly all about the life of violence, drugs, and crime. CJ was a man who had come home to mourn his mother and found his hometown in shambles, riddled with drugs and corrupt authorities. There was more to the picture here, and CJ's development would make him one of the best main characters in gaming history. And a shout out to the equally awesome Franklin Clinton, honestly better than Michael or Travis could ever be.
Hey,
Man cannot live on bread alone. I know. I tried that shit. Carl, you look a little thin, man. You gotta be hungry, man.
Yeah,
man,
I could eat.
What you fools trying to eat?
That's
what about
wrong.
some tacos? Tacos again? Hell no. Chicken, man. No discussion. Man, I don't want no chicken.
Before we reveal our top pick, here are a couple of honorable mentions. Mr. Grimm, Twisted Metal. This badass biker leader puts brotherhood first.
They say Calypso can grant any wish. Let's see if he can do the impossible.
Emmett Graves, Starhawk. Dude can drop a freaking bunker on your head.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Lee Everett and Clementine. Telltale's The Walking Dead series.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thanks. I know I need to be tough. I'm just sad.
The story of Lee and Clementine is still one that hits us right in the feels no matter how many times we play through it. In the first season, we saw the struggle of protecting a kid and helping them understand the sudden turn into the zombie apocalypse. From there, The tale focused solely on Clementine as she grows up in this visceral world, having no real grasp on what society was like before. The two brought forth several interesting and emotional moments that made Telltale's The Walking Dead one of gaming's most unique stories in history.
Hey there, Alvin Jr. It's me, Disco Broccoli. Word on the street is that you want to eat me. Is that true? Do you want to eat me?
In the mood for more awesome gaming content? Be sure to check out this video here on Mojo Plays. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.